Welcome to tonight's episode. I'm Joe Critic, the everyday diner who has something to say. Thanks for joining us. Tonight, the crew and I are at Scorpio's Steakhouse in Jackson. Let's check it out. Scorpio's opened just a few months ago, and the effort they put into this place is readily apparent. The color scheme is very relaxing and helps to create a warm atmosphere. The fans are shaped like leaves, and the chandelier in the private dining room was stunning. This restaurant is definitely eye candy. From the visual style to the work going on in the background, Scorpio's exudes confidence, and their staff is no exception. My server, Danielle, was ready for the camera, and she knew her stuff too.
The porterhouse, the fattiest steak I think that we have is the ribeye, but the porterhouse doesn't have that much fat on it.
Oh,
If you're
okay.
looking for a fattier steak, then I would go with the ribeye, definitely.
She was equally at ease with both the wine and dessert menus as well. Okay.
And homemade in-house is a fried Snickers bar.
Oh, okay. Do you recommend anything?
I definitely recommend the fried Snickers bar.
Okay.
And the molten lava chocolate cake is...
Danielle was far more knowledgeable than I expected. It's really easy to forget things that aren't ordered very often, so it's a pleasant surprise when the server can answer all of my questions without going to look things up. I think many people underestimate the difference an experienced bus staff can make. Scorpio's bus staff is top-notch. I observed them doing far more than just clearing tables. The food is the star of the show, so let's take a look at that. I had a beef tenderloin lollipop appetizer. The sesame ginger marinade on the beef was very tasty, and the chili plum dipping sauce helped the flavor explode. I really wanted more. Appetizers are meant to be shared, but I didn't feel there was quite enough for even just a lone diner. I skipped salad and went right to my entree. I decided on a 24-ounce porterhouse steak. It came with a side of string beans and a potato, but the wasabi mashed potatoes sounded too enticing to just settle for the ones that came with the dish. I ended up being right about the wasabi mashed potatoes. No question, they were the #1 dish on the table. They had just the right amount of wasabi in there for an incredible taste, but not so much that it was burning my nose. It was perfect. I was pleased with the steak. The temperature and color were just right, and the portion was good for an appetite like mine. The green beans were a little dull. With the great foods I'd already tasted, I was expecting something more. I ordered the house-recommended fried Snickers bar for my sweet ending. Topped with chocolate, caramel, and raspberry sauce, and served with a scoop of vanilla ice cream and cinnamon sugar, this decadent dessert was delicious. After eating all this good food, it's time to see the damages. The total before tax was $60.56. Ouch! I didn't have any leftovers, and the appetizer was far too small. Will their rating pay the price for this bill? Let's find out. 1 Joe for environment. As I said earlier, this restaurant is definitely eye candy, and you can tell how much it means to the owners. 1 Joe for service. The server was very confident and knowledgeable, and she was easily one of the best waitresses I've ever had. 1 Joe for taste. While the green beans fell flat, the quality and flavor of the rest of the food was easily well above average. I hate to give such a big hit to the rating for such an above average place as this, but I can only give them 1/4 of a Joe for price. If you have the money, this can be a very enjoyable dining spot. The final Joe up for grabs is the personal preference factor. Now normally this would be a 1 or a 0, but Scorpio's has me torn. They're very expensive, so I probably won't be going back, except maybe for dessert. But they're the kind of place I want to be able to afford, so they do get half a Joe. The final tally is 3 3/4 out of a possible 5 Joes. Before I go, I'd also like to thank Nick and Lily for the very helpful feedback. Thank you. If you missed any part of the show or would like to see it again, you can view it at youtube.com/JoeCriticShow.
This has been a Greenrose Media production.